Hello, my name is IcyRespawn, and I play Path of Exile Soul Found. And specifically, I like to collect uniques in Soul Found. And today I'm trying something new. I'm going to do a stash showcase type video for Affliction League. I'm going to go over some of the noteworthy contents of my stash. Maybe a quick flick through some tabs so that you can pause and see if you're interested. But otherwise, I'm just going to go through the important stuff. But we'll actually start here on PoE Ladder, which is a website that us SSF players use to compete amongst us on who collects the most uniques. So in this Affliction League, I am rank 55. I have found every core pool unique in the game other than exactly 2 tier 0s, which are Essentia Sanguis and Voltaxic Rift. I am showing Val Claws, I just haven't found an Essentia Sanguis yet. And from Affliction, I am missing 2 uniques, the Trickster's Smile, which drops in the forest, and Burden of the Shadows from the King of the Mists. Other than that, I made fairly good progress, especially in Heist, but you know, you can always visit my profile on the website if you want to see the whole thing. Not going to bore you with it. Instead, let's go over the stash. So this is my dump tab. There's a collection of Troll Squires here. These are all 3 white socket oppressors that are unidentified. In my currency tab, obviously the most notable thing is a mirror. Other than that, a hefty amount of divines and exalts. Many were spent crafting gear and exalting maps, obviously, but this is a good representation of the amount of wealth that this league gives access to if you are doing the MF thing, which the game very heavily encourages you to do. Sacred Orbs, 55. I got 6 locks. 2 of them were duplicated, so that was nice. And here's a look at the exotic tab. I don't think there's anything else here that I want to go over. I will say that during this league I have traded in 115 void keys as well as 68 void maps. Some of them are really good. I mean Valus maps, of course. I have 11 more of each type here in this tab, but I'm not doing them now. I have a bunch of itemized sextants, which are going to become scarabs. This is my MF tab for strands. I'm hunting for replica baited breath cards. Currently I found 3 out of 7. This is my map tab. In the Valus department, I have a few really good and runnable Valus maps. This is probably the most important drop in this whole league. Emperor's Mastery, and a pretty easy one. There's also a Fulcrum here, there's a Nimis, and there's a Maid Flood. There's also a Progenesis, but it's voided. There's an Overflow tab for extra maps. Frag stash. The only interesting thing is the Scarabs, which, again, this is the effects of Affliction. Insane amount of all of the really good Scarabs. Very fun to see. Also a good degree of Forbidden Tombs in case I ever want to go there back again. I really don't. Some catalysts. So this is the most important thing of the league. But also we found an apothecary from a stacked deck pool. We found a doctor from a stacked deck pool. And I found a Fire of Unknown Origin from a random mob, actually. It exploded into div cards, and this was one of them. It was fun. Other than that, I also found 1 The Old Man, and 5 The Catch. Yeah. These are in strand, obviously, while hunting for replica baited breath cards. Other than that, essences, Delve, Blight, Deli, 30 simulacrums, a bunch of Deli orbs. and catalysts. Notably, a bunch of Taste of Hate and a bunch of Divination Distillate. No real Awaken gems here other than the Awaken Enlighten 5 that I'm wearing. There's a general unique dump where I got all of the uniques that are from maps. These are all Call Purgles. Some notably good or bad Venters. Other than that, we have some tabs with a bunch of good uniques. Oh, rare uniques. I have kept and looked at a lot of power amulets because I love the Fans of Destiny and I wanted as many of them as possible. These are all the extra tier zeros on top of those that are already in the stash. So for an item to be here, there has to already be a copy of it in the stash. These are good corruption outcomes, and these two. I think the most notable ones are the two... Sorry, these two. The two additional projectile Cospreys. But there's a bunch of crazy stuff here. I'm just not gonna take the time to go over all of it. Some extra good jewels. I got a nice adorn here. I got some really nice That Which Was Taken's. Much more books. What else do we got? I got like 4 or 5 different Heat Shivers with +1 max chargers. I also got a couple of Will Clash with +1 max chargers. A bunch of Valakesh's Impatience, because I thought I was going to do a power charge stacker, so I prepared a tab with all the core stuff for it. That I tab. A bunch of Great Wolves. No really notably great ones, just a couple, but I don't remember which ones. A bunch of good synth bases. The only notable thing is this, the +1 max frenzy charge. And then here there is another shrine that has some troll oppressors. A breast dome which lets you take no extra damage from crits twice. A glimpse of chaos which cannot be further modified. And an inscribed ultimatum that wants me to trade a tier 0 for a tier 4. Okay, cool. Other than that, some bridge rings, some tinctures that are getting deleted, some really good charms which are getting deleted, including this, which is a big shame, as well as these, which are also probably a big shame. And also a bunch more Valakesh's Impatience. Some corpses, some stuff from Iced, and the extra foil tab, which has all the other foiled copies that I already have in the stash, and more Valdos maps, which are not very interesting. There's also a bunch of core pool Crimson Jewels, which I did take the time to sort into a tab of their own. And I would say this is the extent of my stash. I don't think I missed out any real details.